Well, it's not often I get permission to start a video, but I'm actually going to start this one because it's a Friday morning and I am going to the gym. And I've been coming to the gym here for several years, and it's always at Martha's apartment, which is in Son Caliu. And it's a wonderful gym for probably more mature ladies. And our teacher Sarah is amazing.
I mean, I can't go.
Oh, you can come. They do have men sometimes.
Do they?
Our teacher Sarah is amazing. We do a nice warm-up. It's an hour-long class. We do a warm-up. We do some weights. We do some floor work. And it makes you feel really good when you've done it. So if anybody wants to come along, if you're a bit more mature, a bit like me, then Sarah would certainly welcome you here.
And I'm going off for a walk in Magaluf. I'll be left to my own devices. So have fun, darling. And I'll see you later.
Bye.
Well, I've been left Anita at a dance club or gym club, whatever it is, and I've come down to Magaluf, and actually I'm outside the Sol Barbados. I've been asked by several people now whereabouts it is and where do we go from here. Well, it's not open yet. They're actually steam washing the terraces, so I'm guessing they're going to be open very, very soon. And there's a couple of ways you can go. If you come out this side of the hotel, the other side's where all the pools and things are, and a short walk over the top of the hill there, and then go to the left, and that will take you right down to the beach. And it's a big long beach. You end up at the end of the beach, the westernmost end of the beach if you like, and so you've got the whole beach then to walk along. Across the road we've got the Dreams Calvia Majorca hotel, and I'm going to walk down here and walk down into Magaluf. You are at the quieter end of Magaluf though. It's nowhere near the strip. That's on the opposite side of Magaluf. You've got the Spa supermarket, which is opening up, getting itself all ready. Looks as though they've had a big delivery. Today's the 24th of March, and many places in Magaluf are still not open. And there's a lot of work going on just to get everything just ready for the opening. So you can see they've been out doing a bit of gardening, and around the pool areas they're all cleaning everything up. Lots of these businesses that are down here, some have been closed for a long time, not likely to open, but others will be opening soon. And there's the Apple car gone down, got me on camera again. That's twice up here on that camera today. They're doing the same thing as I am. They're walking the streets or driving the streets, taking photographs. So yeah, we're walking down into Palma. It's not too far a walk, and it's reasonably pleasant. Over on the left hand side you just realise how close Magaluf is to the countryside, with open fields here. But all the building in front of you is where the Magaluf as a village starts. So Anita's gone off to a gym class, which she does normally on a Friday, and it gives me a chance to get out and have a little walk on my own. If you're looking to rent a car, then just down the road we've got rent a car there for you. But I think a lot of people who come to Magaluf will be wanting to stay in the Magaluf area. The apartments across the road there, where people live here in Palma, in Magaluf, it's becoming a big problem, is finding affordable accommodation for them. And a consequence of that is that restaurants and hotels and bars are finding it quite difficult to get staff. But we'll see how it goes. I think probably for Magaluf we've got another week, maybe a week or two, before much of it will start to open up. April looks as though it's the the starting date for a lot of places, though some won't open until later than that. There's good reasons for it. There's nobody here, not many tourists here, so the places that are open are actually catering for Spanish pensioners. So if you see a lot of people in Magaluf, they're likely to be Spanish pensioners who come on a holiday which in the past has been quite heavily subsidised by the Spanish government. I'm not sure how it is now. The car park on the road, which is where I did intend to park my car, is under a bit of renovation, so they're digging it up and it looks as though they might be laying some pipes or something. Getting close now. So really it's just a 5-10 minute walk, depending on how quickly you walk, I suppose, and you start to hit Magaluf. Temperatures, when I went out this morning, it was about 18 degrees. It's now creeping up a little bit. It does actually feel a little bit warmer. Let's go out bus stops. Here's a bus stop. Have a look on the sign, see where it takes you to. An hour now. So here you can go to Palma, you can go to Cascatala, Santa Ponsa, Magaluf to Palma. Magaluf to Palma, this is where you probably, if you want to go to Palma, this is where you'd get your bus. And here we are at Nikki Beach. Not sure when that's opening up. It's not open at the moment. There you go, it's all boarded up, but that'll be opening up later on. And this roundabout, I suppose, is what starts you off going into Magaluf. And the piano bar I know is open because I've seen it open on previous visits, and some of the others are really starting to open up. I can see chairs outside the Britannia, so lots of places down there. And the big hotel there, that's open, but with Spanish pensioners. So I'm actually going to go back down towards the beach. So right alongside Nikki Beach. If you're actually coming from the Hotel Barbados, it's quicker to get to the beach going up over the hill and then down. Though I did have a few comments last year, I think, people complaining that the steps were a little bit rickety. There is a handrail, and I managed to negotiate it on more than one occasion, so it's not too difficult. But that ends you up straight down onto the seafront. Bit of a breeze as well today, and lots of work going on. I'm sure all of that will have stopped by the time the tourists start to arrive in numbers. And the other thing, the council will be coming across and getting the beach just ready. They'll be raking it, cleaning it up, and putting the parasols out. And you can see that they've already started doing that. So all of the poles are actually out now. And so just there is where the steps come down, and so we're looking back. That's the Hotel Barbados, and then there's another hotel right down on the beach, and then we've got the Nikki Beach complex here. So this is the end of the beach that you will arrive on, and you've got the lovely long promenade which will take you all the way around, and right over at that end is where the Magaluf strip is. I'm just going to walk a little way along the promenade just to give you a taste of it. It's 3 bungalows here which are incredibly prized positions. They would have been built here before Magaluf existed as a tourist destination. Nobody really wanted this land because it was no use for farming, and so some people managed to build their houses on the beach. These must be worth a fortune, and I'm sure developers would love to get their hands on them. So you can see the workmen are out. They're getting the posts out, so they're all up and ready, and they'll soon be bringing the umbrella parts and plonking them on the top, and then the beds will follow. Just looking at the bars here, this is the anchor next to the Titanic. Titanic's open, that's good to see, and the anchor, well, they're pressure washing everything and painting, getting everything just ready for the new season. You'll see there are a few people out walking along the promenade, and predominantly they are the Spanish pensioners that are here on their holidays. I still haven't been to the Happy House for their $3.95 breakfast, which seemed like incredible value. I'm not going to be doing that today, but it's still on my to-do list. And good to see Tom Brown's is now waking up, opening up, getting everything ready for the beginning of this new season. There you go, all along there you've got the promenade all the way along. The beach is actually getting very warm now, and I've got a jacket on. That was a bit of bad planning, wasn't it? I'm just going to go into Magaluf a bit now. We've got the hotel in front, which has got the swimming pool up at the top, and there seems to be some sort of plastic sheeting over that, so I don't know whether they're doing some work on it. But the deck chairs are out actually on the balconies of the hotel. More people having a promenade, having a little walk. And you can see shops are already open and geared up for the tourists. They're going to be arriving in their thousands very shortly. There has been a bit of a backlash over something one of the Spanish politicians said about not particularly wanting British tourists, and then all the local people saying, of course we want British tourists. Politicians being politicians, they'll say things to get them votes, and we have elections coming up. So It's like politicians anywhere in the world, they will say what people want to hear. And there is a group in the Mallorcan society who think that there are too many tourists. And also there's a move to get tourism here to go a little bit more upmarket. And we'll see how that goes. This was the thing last time we were here, we saw this all being developed. It still is being developed. When the grand opening is, I'm not sure, it doesn't say, but it's opening soon. But they've still obviously got quite a lot of work to do there. And there's nothing actually very much open here. This is referred to as the Momentum Plaza. So I've got a Starbucks there and a burger bar there. And the place where I'm standing, this little bit of a square, has got fountains. So if you're walking here in the summer, just be careful because you might get a good soaking. I'll just walk up a little bit further and then I've got to go and meet Anita, who will be in the middle of her gym class at the moment. Coming up to McDonald's, and they say they're opening on the 1st of April. I'm not sure whether I mentioned the 1st of April being the start of a new quarter, and people obviously think of tax, and tax is done for businesses by quarters. So January, February, March is the first quarter, and they have to submit a tax return. So if they actually open during March, then they're going to have to include March in their tax return. Whereas if they don't open until the 1st of April, then they can claim that they made no money during January, February, March. So it just makes it a bit easier from a tax point of view. I'm not sure if that's the main reason, but it's certainly part of the makeup of being in Mallorca, makeup of being anywhere really. You've got to pay tax. And that's all of us, so the period for us to pay our income tax, so when you work or receive any money you have to pay income tax, and if you work for an employer that's fairly straightforward because you just have it deducted, but even then you still have to fill in a tax form, so that has to be done before the end of June. People have asked, what about if you come and retire here? Well, if you retire here, you become a resident here, and that means you're liable for tax here, so you still have to do the tax form. And that can be quite daunting to somebody. The form's all in Spanish, and so most people do get an accountant or gestor to do the tax forms for you. And if it's fairly simple, you'll probably get charged 100 euros, maybe less. But if it's more complicated, then you're going to get charged more. So there's not one size fits all because it's many different sizes. And here's a place you can buy tickets for different things. BCM, Tito's, Gringos, it's Pirates, Top Hat. You can see the place is starting to come alive, and I think if you if you're coming in the next week or two, you will see the changes become quite dramatic. Always happens, always comes as a bit of a surprise at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season, from having virtually nobody here to having lots of people here. I've just walked over a bit of pavement I find quite disgusting. They need to sort that out. It's very much broken up pavement. And read in the paper today about a lady in Palma, and she was crossing the road, and one of the lids to a drain in the middle of the road was raised by, they said, 1.5 centimetres, which doesn't seem a great deal to me. But anyway, she tripped over it and caused quite a bit of damage to herself, and I think she's gained 70,000 euros in compensation, and that's from IMAIA, who are the people who look after cleaning the streets and the water and drains and that sort of thing in Palma. Not here in Magaluf, that's a different authority. Just looking across there, then the big noise at the moment, there's the gardener. Just mowing the grass. Barmo's up there's open. We've got some Mano's bar down there. That's been open too. I'm going to cross over because I need to get back to my car so I can get to Anita. Here we've got one of the many Chinese shops that you find in Mallorca now. You can get things very, very cheaply. Something everyone's going to be needing, that's suntan lotion, $8.95, $8.95, $9.95, not cheap but essential. And then, I haven't been up this way for a long time. It's a hat, also pretty useful. Another bar open. Inevitable tattoo shop. There used to be a shop up here that sold swords and knives, but I mean swords, real full-blown swords, which used to fascinate me. Doesn't appear to be here anymore. Little car park. And a huge sign there for the local pub which says it's got the best British breakfast and snacks. More and more places are becoming no smoking. I've just noticed on here it says no smoking on the terrace. More and more places are becoming like that, no smoking. And some beaches here in the Calvia area, no smoking. So do need to check. I've got a feeling that Magaluf Beach might be on that list. Certainly first one for us, where the heart is, in Palma Nova, is is smoke-free and was last year. Not sure how strongly or forcibly it's enforced, but it does get my approval because I don't like smoke. And so, sorry if you're a smoker, but it's not something I like at all. Some of the local bars here, places where the locals go, get their bocadillos, that's like the big roll sandwiches, hamburguesas, breakfasts, and tapas. I'm just going to go over this way. So this is where I was actually pictured, I think, by the Apple car that was driving up and down with a German number plate. A nice big park here. This is not a park just for children, this is a park for adults as well. So if you come here and want to have a little bit of exercise, then I've got the equipment here for you to do it. Let's see if we can just pop in and have a look. I don't think there's anybody on any of the equipment today, really. Maybe I should have a go at some of this. So traditionally you have these things for children, slides and things to play on there. This one's actually got lots of benches, picnic tables, but this area is for adults. And you've got all sorts of equipment here that people will pay a fortune going to a gym for. That reminds me, where's Anita? I'll bring her here next week, because you've got all of the equipment here, and it's really good. It's all been very well kept. Some things you sit on a bench and cycle away, but really interesting. So there's lots of those here in Mallorca, not just in Magaluf, but everywhere we go we see them. So it's something that they do for us more elderly people. And just while I'm here, point out another big hotel. Off the road, we might be able to see it. It's a Apart Hotel. This is the Martinique. So this one is the Martinique. I'm not sure the names of the others, they keep changing. It's Atlantic Park over there. And another big car park, which people tend to neglect, so I managed to get in here today. So thanks very much for watching. That concludes my video for today. I'm going to go and find Anita, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. So bye for now.